students right now are studying through Zoom, right? So if you notice, the price, instead of going down, it has even gone up, the price of education. Don't you regulate the price of the private schools?
Next, we have with us Vice Chairman Mikey Arroyo. So go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon. Good morning, Madam Chair. Good morning, DepEd family. Basically, I want to ask two questions. First and foremost, how do you regulate the private schools when it comes to pricing? Because right now, we are basically in a mixed, no. All the students right now are studying through Zoom, right? So if you notice, the price, instead of going down, it has even gone up, the price of education. Don't you regulate the price of the private schools? The price, the enrollment fees, the price of education, enrollment fees.
May I call on you, Sec Mateo, to address the question of Vice Chair.
Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, Madam Chair. There is a policy tayo under Department Order number 88 series of 2010. It's being revised now that the authority is vested in the regional directors po. Yes, there are some schools that have increased, but not all. This is prior to the COVID. In fact, sir, we have to look at
So,
it from the
excuse me. We're only talking about the COVID situation. Please, let's not talk about prior COVID. It's understood that we're talking about COVID only. Kaya nga, nag-zoom yung mga estudyante.
Yes, pa. I-regulate nga po yan natin under Department Order 88, series of 2010. Pero kailangan po tignan natin yan kasi ayon po sa datang na kolekta natin. As of today po, there are about 865 schools, private schools, na nagsarado po, majority of which are pure elementary schools. Alam po natin na ang revenue na nakukuha ng private school to fully operate is based on the tuition fee as well as the other charges. Under our Department Order 88 series of 2010, kung sakali man po magtataas sila, 70% of that will go to the teacher salaries. Ngayon po sa usapan ng teacher salaries, kasalukuyan nga po na madami pong mga teachers po na apektuhan, and this is about 4,488 teachers po ang napektuhan ng COVID ito sa pagsasarado ng mga private schools po.
Okay.
Maraming salamat po.
Halimbawa, there are complaints from the parents that the price of education, sa enrollment fee is too high and unjustifiable. Assuming sometimes may mga fee dyan, kunyari, canteen fees, marami dyan naka-itemize yan. Wala naman canteen fee dahil nasa bahay lang sila. Assuming they complain to you, is there a way where you can penalize these private schools?
Yusek Mateo.
Kung magtataas po ang ating mga eskwelahan, kailangan po mag-apply muna sila doon sa regional office po natin.
Sorry po. Sir, no, so the question is, halimbawa, meron na pong pagtaas ng presyo o pagsingil po na unjustifiable. Halimbawa, assuming for the sake of argument, may item dyan, nakalagay, kunyari, uniform o picnic, whatever it is, may item na charge. Wala naman pong picnic ngayon, wala naman pong outing dahil wala naman face-to-face classes pero sinisingil pa rin po. So is there a way that the parents can complain to the DepEd, and is there a way that the DepEd will sanction the schools? Yung ba yung tinatanong?
Yes po, kaya nga po isasagot ko po doon kanina ay pupunta po yon, dumiretso po sila sa ating regional office para sa ganun po matignan po yan yung complaint po. Pero ang sinasabi ko lang po kanina, bago po magtaas sa mga paaralan, kailangan po muna magkaroon ng consultation with the parents and with the students po bago po i-approve yun ng regional office po natin. Thank you po.
Okay, so importante po ay the government has a system wherein when people complain, may sasagot ng, may tutugon po sa daing ng mga magulang. Importante po yun, napaka-importante po. Pangalawa po, kagaya na sinasabi ng ating mga kasamang mga mambabatas, yung preparedness po ng DepEd, hindi lang po sa modules, no? Doon po sa internet, alam po naman natin na nung nagka-pandemya at siguro alam naman natin na sa mga data, sa mga datos, is that there's no way that the pandemic would end by the time schools would start. There's no way. You cannot say na hindi. Kasi we figured that the pandemic will be done when school start. There's no way because the data clearly show that the end, maybe it will end pag may vaccine na. And the vaccine is, we don't know it will come. So yung preparedness po, I don't want to discuss about the modules because Congressman Marcoleta has already expounded on that and it seems you're not ready. Congressman Fortune, all my colleagues expounded on that. Pero internet po, sana po naisip naman natin na sa mga baryo, no, sa mga baryo, sana you should have made sure na may internet po. Kasi kami mga congressman, inaabala nila kami, sinasabi na, Congressman, wala pong internet dito. Di ba? Walang internet. Paano to? Yung laptop po, kami nagtutulungan. Kay mga congressmen, kahit wala kaming pondo para sa laptop, nagibigay po kami galing sa aming bulsa, sa aming mga estudyante, hanggang kaya namin. Pero internet po, hindi namin kaya sagutin yon. Ano pong tugon ng DepEd? Did you prepare, devise a way so that in the specific localities or barangays or zones, the internet will be strong enough for the students to enjoy this new normal of participating in school through Zoom?
Yeah. Madam Chair, may I have the privilege of answering that very important question? The general impression is...
Excuse me, Secretary.
Your Honor.
Your voice is garbled, so we cannot hear you
Your
clearly.
Honor. Maliwanag na ba?
Yung voice niyo po, medyo hinaan siguro yung volume ng mic audio niyo.
Madam Chair,
For the meantime, while waiting for the Secretary, no, you said Pascual.
Natin muna kasi overall policy.
Madam Chair, we cannot understand that.
Yes.
Yusek Pasco's answer and we may be satisfactory to us. Anyway,
Secretary Buenas will call on you later.
gusto namin yung policy lang naman,
So-
policy lang eh.
Yeah, we
Madam
cannot
Chair,
understand kasi. Okay, go
Your
ahead,
Honor.
Yusek Pascual.
what the gentleman from Pampanga has mentioned is really true. No, only about 60% of our schools are connected, and majority or many are not connected. Not because DepEd has no policy on connecting these schools, but because the telcos and the signals of communications are nowhere in those areas. So, but DepEd did not stop there. DepEd has a proposal for the public education network where we will be building the connectivity of schools through digital means, through satellites. And that is now in the procurement stage. We have allotted about 700 million for the internet connectivity of schools without connections and without energy. That's what we have now on the table. But more than that, Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman, is that the provisions of internet should be emphasized to be under the jurisdiction of the DICT, not even DepEd. No.
Yes.
Yes.
But you should have coordinated with them. So at
Yes,
least dapat, bawat barangay, bawat zone, sana po, nilagyan po nila ng internet kasama po sa preparedness yun eh. Not only module, but also the internet. Anyway, as long as you have a policy and you are doing that, we cannot argue with that, no? Whether it is slow, whether it is on time, wala na tayong magagawa. Importante po is, up to this day, you are working to the end that you are hoping you will provide internet to the greatest number of students which at sa inyong makakaya. I want to share something with you. I have a friend sa PLDT, Mr. Ronald David. He had this program. He has this program of giving free internet service to the generosity of course, Manny Panghilinan, Mr. MVP. Do you know, in some places, they were able to put up internet sa mga talipapa within 3 months. So, it is not without hope. I guess if you coordinate with the government agency which provides internet, perhaps you network with PLDT or other service providers. I'm sure as long as you have a policy and you intend to deliver internet to the 5 barangays so that almost everyone can enjoy this new normal of getting education through Zoom. Ma'am, I think hanggang doon lang tayo ngayon dahil hindi natin pwede pag-awayan kung ginagawa yung trabaho nyo hindi eh. Importante sinusubukan nyo eh. I mean, this a pandemic, the first time it happens to us. So, there's no such thing as we are fully prepared. The answer I would like to get is that we are doing our best. Kulang man, yung butas po pupunuin namin.
Thank you very much,
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Vice Chair.
I believe I've exceeded my time.
Yes,
May
my...
to not interject.
sorry. We still have a long list here, so maybe sa second round na kung pwede.
But this is very, very connected with what he said, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
do I still have some time left?
Wala na, nag 5 minutes na po kayo. Over na, nag-exceed na kayo sa time. But being the Vice Chair, syempre,
Just for a while.
suspend.
I'd like to just make mention about, because Yusek Pascua was trying to explain what happened to this interconnection between the schools and the students. Because they issued OUA memo 00620-0030. Kayo yung nag-issue nito, Yusek Pascua, di ba?
Yes, Madam Chair.
At
Your Honor.
ito yung sinasabi nyo, meron kayo dito minimum internet services. Let's say 500 pesos for teacher with 10 gigabyte bandwidth capacity and 300 for students with 6 gigabyte capacity. Kapag ito pinatupad ninyo, even for 2 million, for example, or 1 million students, mangangailangan ka rito ng prepaid or postpaid internet fee na 300 million. Only for 1 million, you have 22 million students. Kaya tinatanong ko kanina, Madam Chair, ano ba nangyari do sa thousands of laptops you have been procuring year in and year out? Meron kayong 1.5 to 5 billion per year DepEd computerization program. Nasaan na yung mga libo-libong mga laptops and PCs that you have procured? Paano nyo nakukonect lahat ito? Ngayon, meron na naman kayo, sabi ni Yusek Sevilla,
Pakirap up na po.
9 billion computerized program. We cannot even understand how you integrate all this. Pagkatapos, anyway, we can go on and on with this. Pati yung specification mo, there are only 2 brands of computers here. At nung makita ko, they're very, very expensive. They range from, let's say, 5,000 to 6,000 pesos per unit compared to more, I think, cheaper units.
Okay, salamat po, DS. Well noted yan. And then you can have your second round or third round if as you wish.